Jon Shure, Deputy Director of the State Fiscal Project at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, joining us right now live from Washington. Jon, great to have you with us. I mean, the president certainly has a full plate. So too do states. How would you characterize the state of the states at this point?
The state of the states is crisis today. Just as it's been for families, this recession has been brutal for states. We've never seen a collapse in history like we're seeing now in state revenues. And of course, even in a recession, states still have to provide education and health care, public service, transportation. In fact, in a recession, the demand for some of this goes up. So this affects people's quality of life, but it also goes right to the heart of the larger issue of jobs in the national economy.
But help me out.
State government...
Give me some perspective, because we've certainly been in other economic downturns, and the states have certainly seen tough times. Just take a look at New York City and the fiscal crisis it has seen alone. Let me ask you, what is it specifically that you need to get from the federal government to help out states, or what do you think they should be doing?
Well, we've never seen a crisis this deep because it's affecting almost every state. They've all had shortfalls. What they need from Washington is more of what they got last year when Congress and the president pushed through the Recovery Act. It was great. There are teachers and police officers serving the public and contributing to the economy today because they have jobs as a result of that. If states find themselves cutting their budgets like they did last year, we could lose 900,000 jobs in this country. That will stop a recovery in its tracks and could put us back into a recession. So states need that in order to protect people's quality of life. And, again, state spending is a huge part of this national economy. It helps to drive it. We don't want to see that falter or drag.
Well, do you think the president is listening to the woes of states and that he's going to address that specifically? We talked to Governor Rendell of the state of Pennsylvania. He does expect to hear something, but what are you expecting? Is the president going to outline some specifics this evening?
Well, we don't know if we'll hear it tonight or as time goes on, but we do know that the White House cares an awful lot about creating and preserving jobs in this country, and state government is a big part of that. He knows, and we know, what will happen if states go through with these budget proposals. The Arizona governor is talking about eliminating children's health care. Tuitions have gone up at colleges in Florida by 15%. That's no way to invest in the future, and I think people know that.
Got about 30 seconds left here, Jon. So what states at this point are in the worst shape? Is it the usual suspects in terms of those that were really hurt by the housing downturn? Which ones are they?
Well, you know, everybody talks about California, but the really scary thing here is that every state is in trouble. It may be relative, but they're all facing shortfalls. They're all having to go and find a balanced approach that includes revenues, because if they rely too heavily on cuts, it will damage the economy. It's really as deep and wide and severe as it's ever been as far as state governments are concerned. And
bottom line, you think they're going to, again, go back to the federal government. Are they going to provide some help? You know, California at one point asked for help, and the government was like, nope. But what do you think?
Well, we think they will. I think that the federal government understands the importance of states, the importance that states contribute to the national economy and to jobs, and so we're optimistic that that will ring through.
All right, got it. Jon, good to get some time with you. Thank you so much. Jon Shure of the Center on Budget and Policy.